Fresh and Fit podcast or content creators of the sort and the lies that they sell. I don't know if a lot of people been keeping up with what's been going on with Fresh and Fit. I've been preaching all that shit. It's been entertaining because there's a deeper bag than just that video I showed you.
I mean, the little bit you showed me had me, I was intrigued.
But basically, Fresh and Fit podcast, they run or they have this kind of company where they have people subscribing to how to create burning desire from women and get them, how to fill your DMs up.
Right.
With women that want to approach you, how to get start things in the first dates. And my whole issue with this is, I get it, make you a money black man, but it's the young thug conversation. I don't have an issue with what you do as long as you're not lying to the kids.
Right.
So my issue with that is, if you're out here trying to say that these are the standards to get that burning desire, these are the steps to get the burning desire, but and you're telling your audience, don't pay for pussy, like you're above that, but then you're in women's DMs telling them that they can't come on your show unless you fucking.
Right.
And then she was like, nah, I'm not fucking, and you try to make her out to be the bad guy. Like, well, you fucked all my homies, why can't you fuck me? I have an issue with that because that's not creating the burning desire. And I would assume that if you're going to create this standpoint of trying to teach somebody how to maneuver a certain way, you have some experience in it. Because you know what doesn't work from what you've done, but you don't know what does work.
True.
And that's my issue. But then you tell people, like, if you want to be like me, these are the steps you want to take.
Right.
But then to be like you, those aren't the steps that you took.
True.
The steps that you're telling everybody else.
Right.
So, I riot to this shit. Cancel them motherfuckers. Get them off the fuck. Now, I do riot, but it's a calm riot because my whole thing is, y'all can't be out here doing this shit. Yo, you can't be out here, because then you create all these fan base they have a loyal fucking fan base.
Right.
They have a very loyal fan base.
I mean, he evidently, that nigga was going off like a fucking 4-year-old at a birthday party. And it wasn't his gifts. You niggas, we better shut the fuck up.
I can't stand. Yeah, they have a very strong fan base, because a lot of what I've been dealing with is the fan base coming in talking about they have a problem. They're like, look, man, I just don't like when you guys they admit to the fact that yes, they probably help a lot of people out.
Right.
I just have an issue with you lying.
I mean,
but then the bag gets so much deeper than that, because they over here talking about, like, now they talking about Preach's wife. Right. They bring her into the picture. And Preach straight up told him, like, hey, I'll be in your town in a couple weeks. Well, let's fight.
There's certain things, there's certain lines you don't cross. Like, I tell niggas all the time, you can talk about me all day. When you start fucking with my money, my kids, and my friends, then,
Yep.
That's when the gloves come off. You know what I mean? So, to keep in topic of what we're talking about,
and Preach challenged him to a fight.
Which, I mean, shit,
and
what man would?
They backed down.
Talked about my wife, of course.
Of course they would. They're pussies.
And then when he was coming to town, they decided to go out and buy a gun.
Of course. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. A lot of niggas, behind the microphone, we're all thugs. Mm-hmm. Everybody's a gangster on the other side.
I'm not. I'm wearing a pink shirt for my audio-only listeners. A bright-ass pink shirt. Penrose said nobody wears a pink shirt in their own home comfortably.
No,
you only wear it when you go out.
That's not what I said.
That's what you said.
What I said was, I almost wore a pink shirt over here, because when you wear pink, you go out to flaunt. That's the point of wearing pink, especially as a man. I said, but no man wears a pink. I said, you didn't wear that shirt to flaunt. You wore that shirt to be comfortable. You're at home. Who the fuck puts on a pink shirt at the crib outside of a lady? And
so I'm not a thug, is where I'm going with that.
No, it has nothing to do with being a thug. Has nothing to do with being a thug. It has something to do with your personal decision. And was like, you know what? Okay.
Fuck you.
It's like fucking Crocs coming out with Crocs with the fur. Somebody had to green like that. You greenlit this. And we're all wondering why. Anyhow.
If you have a problem with my pink shirt, leave a comment in the comment section saying, nigga, why did you? Because I don't believe anybody has an issue.
I don't have a problem with your pink shirt. I love the color pink. I just don't understand why in this environment. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow. No, with them lying and because we were talking before and you were saying that they actually do pay for pussy. Mm-hmm. They put themselves in positions, like you said, telling women they can't come on the show unless they fuck and all of this other shit. my thing about that is, I'm gonna give it shut the fuck up only because I don't give a fuck, and the reason I say I don't give a fuck is because I'm a true believer in you can. It depends on the level. I know you said it's deeper, but as we were talking before, you can be hypocritical and still be a teacher. Mm-hmm. Now I don't believe that you should be a nigga like in the Derek Jackson situation where you're literally getting paid off of telling people you're writing books and you're teaching about monogamy. Mm-hmm. Yet you are a habitual cheater. He could have cheated once and I'd have been like, everybody falls short. But you're a habitual cheater. Your videos are being made at the chick's house you're cheating with, right? So, right, you gotta cancel that nigga. You gotta be done with that. But if you're telling me the reason is to shut the fuck up is because they technically are wrong, but at the end of the fucking day, because they are preaching this and telling niggas this how you get down, this is how you should get a woman, blah 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 blah, but yet they're doing a whole totally different life. Dog, there's so much. The internet.
Then you riot to all those niggas. You don't shut the fuck up because that's the standard.
It's not about it being the standard. It's about I got bigger fish to fry.
Agreed.
There's a nigga that Twitter is on fire about right now who's an investor, and all of these motherfucking well-to-do black people been giving this nigga $10,000 and $15,000 a piece, and he done ducked them all. Like, you just meet this nigga on Twitter, he say he an investor. And the one nigga who fucking got played by him showed him how he even got played because he's an investor.
Okay, you're speaking from the standpoint of somebody who just doesn't give a shit about this specifically. But if you are one of those stands.
If I'm a stand of this, like, yes. Okay, and that's probably different because you're right. I didn't know who the fuck these niggas was until you showed me. And again,
they're not really worth the research.
Get your man. You know what I mean? Get your money, black man. Mm-hmm. I will never talk down on a black man, and I don't know those men personally, so I don't have anything personal to say. But the energy you was giving my nigga was very, very
childish.
Metro.
That was the stretch from what I said.
Like, and then your man's with the dark skinned nigga look like.
That nigga said he's fucked 1,000 bitches.
That's fine. You look like the nigga from Onyx that nobody knew. Like, relax. Like, they're only giving that energy because somebody called them out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I didn't like that part. But if I was a stand,
Alba said congratulations on reaching 400,000 subscribers twice. Because they reached 400,000 and then they went back down.
Oh wow! See, it says something. But no, if I was a stan, I would probably be mad. You know what I mean? Because if I'm paying you,
I'm not a stan of these podcasts. I've watched their content in the past. It's kind of like they bring on women and they have arguments. Women like letting them know like, hey, no, sometimes you bitches are materialistic. Some of the conversations they have for the sake of men, I'd be like, oh yeah, I can get behind that, but right. I will never support them again after this shit.
I mean, yeah,
because it's not really the paying for pussy problem that's for me. It's the childish move sets afterwards.
But I mean, again, I've never watched these niggas, so I can't really give that, the intimate review in that case. But yet, just off of what I saw and what you're asking, I'm gonna say even if I was a stand, even if I'm paying for it, is it working for me? It's still a shut the fuck up. I put it to you like this: my motherfucking brother hated history. He gets this fucking teacher that somehow got this nigga fucking mind going in history, and it was the first time in his whole school career that he got an A on his report card in history. After my brother got out that class, they found that teacher's wife in this fucking freezer at home because he murdered her. The nigga can still teach history, though.
That's a crazy comparison.
I wasn't. Jesus. So at the end of the day, they are being hypocritical. But if you're paying these men for a service, the service that you're paying for is working.
But see, and that's the issue with a lot of these, like, not just that, but like pyramid schemes as a whole, all these kind of like pay to get better at this. All those things make you out to be like, if you didn't get that result, it's your fault. Not that it doesn't work, but that you didn't try hard enough. A lot of those kind of situations, like, oh, if you want to get the woman, read this book, and then do follow these steps, and you try all those steps, and if you can't get the woman, it's not that program doesn't work. It's your fault.
If niggas, I mean, you know how many niggas practice they motherfucking turn around Jay like Mike and Kobe and never made it to the fucking league? It ain't Mike and Kobe's fault. It ain't their coach's fault. It ain't your mama's fault. Huh?
It might be the training regimen.
So you mean every training you went to just been trash your whole life?
No, but there are some.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel you. What I'm saying is, niggas.
But they make you out to be like you're the
How
piece
many
of
people?
shit.
How many people you know got great parents that's fucking fuck ups?
Yikes.
A lot.
Is it their parents' fault?
No, it's the program's fault.
And no, it's not. It's not at all. It's their fault. Because if I gave you the keys to the fucking car, and
Not
taught you how to
everybody.
drive,
Not everybody is set like that. You know that. You
I
can't do
know,
that.
but what the point that you're preaching though is that the fans of these people should be upset due to the fact that what they're telling and teaching they're not actually doing. Yet if it's working for you, why do I give a fuck what you're doing?
I'm not talking about those people.
You just said if I was a fan.
Yes, if you were a fan.
Right, so I'm talking about the fans that follow them. If the results they're looking for,
I'm not talking about your product users. I'm talking about your fans.
okay. So so now you're talking about a nigga that just listens.
Just watches their content.
Then you're asking a question that really has no fucking bearing because at the time what they're preaching is for niggas that's paying for shit. Because it's just like at a certain time when we say goodbye to the free niggas, so you get a certain piece. And then other shit you got to pay for. And I'm sure that on their podcast, some of the things that they have people pay for, they're still giving certain gems away for free. So yes, turn the shit on, cool. But in the vein of what you're asking, it's more about the niggas that's paying. Because why do I give a fuck what a free nigga gets? Let's just be honest. That's like saying you sit at it's like saying you sit at Starbucks and you overhear a great conversation.
I want to point out to all the free niggas that he's not saying we give you lackluster content just because you're not paying.
Well,
That is not what he's saying, okay? He's just saying, why do I give a fuck what a free nigga think?
Because it's like, okay.
All right, I changed it to a protest. You still have an issue with it.
I mean,
There's
yeah,
no need to riot.
you can have an issue with it, right, but there's no need to riot. Like, it's like one of those times you walk over there like, hey, Fresh and Fit, I think y'all should change that. Oh, shut the fuck up. Word, okay. Keep doing what you doing. That niggas don't want my opinion, you know what I'm saying? So I really don't give a fuck. It's not a protest, it's not a riot, it's a shut the fuck up for me.
I protest.
But
I have an issue with it because, like, I hate when content creators do that.
and if that was where you came from originally, then we would have had a different conversation. But that's not what you wanted to talk about.
I said Fresh and Fit podcast and other content creators like them and the lies they sell.
Right.
Was my opening statement.
Okay, but you also asked me from a standpoint of being a fan and for the direction that they're pushing. They can sell lies.